Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Design, and I'm your boy Lulua Mark. We are back with our Archicad project. This is a 3-bedroom house. We are doing a bungalow, and this is where we left the project. We basically did the floor plan, and we labeled the rooms, but of course we have not furnished the rooms, and basically that is what we are supposed to start up the day with. So straight to the point. However, if you want to see your work in 3D in architecture, in Archicad, you see this 3D here. There's a 3D stroke all. So you click here, you'll be able to see your house in a 3D. I believe I showed you this one last time when we were here. So let's get back to work. I always love to have my measurements clear so that I can do my work. However, we are going to start furnishing our rooms and ensure that they are functional. So to do that, I'll just close this. Remember, these are the tools that we use mostly. So we're going to open our design tool and we're going to start using our objects. Now before we even do the objects, I think it is very important for us to have a floor or a slab for our room or our house. So let's first achieve that before we can furnish our rooms by placing objects. Now to achieve that, I'll go to my documents and I'll use line tool. In Archicad, line tool is one of the biggest, or it's the most important tool that you'll need. So I'll create line from here, and I'll bring it here. I'll bring another line from here. I'll bring it all the way out, and then I'll have a line from here, take it all the way here, and then I'll have another line from here, then I'll take it all the way here. Now we have these 4 lines. We need to select all of them. You use your shift key to select one at a time. Use shift, you select that, shift, select that, shift, select that. Now to delete the long or the excess parts, we shall use the control to delete that, use the control to delete that, use control to delete that, use control to delete that. Now we have the lines only in the interior sides of the house, and here we are going to use the slab tool to achieve our slab target. Now you can close your document, you come to your design, then you select the slab. After selecting the slab, you can first of all you can come here. This is the setting dialog. When you click on it, it will pop up this, but I really don't want to achieve this from here. So you can first of all, let's place the slab, then we shall edit and give it the thickness, the materials later. So if you want to now put your slab here, you just click on the space bar on your keyboard. It will show, you will see the cursor turning to something that is going to paint. It looks like something that is going to paint. So with the space bar on the keyboard, you just click. It will be able to create the slab in the space that has been allocated by these lines. Now when we go to this arrow tool, then we come to our 3D, you should be able to see the slab here. You see that? You see we have created a slab here. However, we have not given this slab any settings. So we shall go to the settings of this slab. Just from the 3D, we can now do it from here. You can select on it, you can right click, then you come to slab settings, and of course the shortcut is Control T. So when you click on this, you'll be able to see all sorts of things that can allow you to change dimensions, materials, and the form of the slab you have. Now we shall leave this one. We come to this. We don't want this, but we shall select this first one, and it will be able to give us this thickness that we can now control. So I'll give my thickness 200 millimeters, just like that. Then of course the material, we can change it from here. You, in this model, if your things are closed like this, first of all, you come to the geometry and position to change the thickness, and make sure you select this one so that it gives you, it allows you to change the thickness of the slab. Then you can close that. In the floor plan and section, really there's nothing much to change here apart from these colors. It will give you these green outer or stroke lines that you can decide to change. If you don't like them, I will just ignore this and I'll close that. Then when we come to the model, in the model you can change or override the surface. Now we have the top surface, we have the edge surface, and we have of course the bottom surface. For you to change this, I believe you saw it when we were doing the wall. You just have to click on these icons and to make them active. When you click them like this, these parts will become active, and when you click on any of them, you can now search for the material you want. For example, for our slab, I guess we shall do tile, just like that. We shall have all these kinds of tiles that you can choose for your project. Now let me just choose randomly. Maybe I'll choose this, but of course I want all these tiles to be the first one that I've chosen. Now to do that, you just of course click on this link surface, which we also saw when we were doing the wall. So I'll link all the surfaces so that I have this tile running all around. So I don't really want to change much. The rest are okay, so I'll just click OK, and we shall have this tile you see here. This is now our tile for our ground floor or our ground slab. So when you come to here in the ground floor, you'll be able to now select your slab, just like that. You see the slab is there. Now if you want to, first of all, we're going to do some changes here. The slab that is, I think, for this case, for now we shall not change anything on this slab, but I was thinking of creating or pushing this slab a little bit outside, but we shall do that when we are creating another slab that will act as a step when we are going to the house, or when we are entering into the house. That will come much later, but for now let us furnish our rooms, because now at least we have a floor where these items are going to sit. Now you can get your objects from the design. You open the design or you drop it down. Now you come to object. From object you just double click. It will give you this kind of preview where you can search for objects. The first object we are going to search for is let's say chair. Let's look for that chair. We shall be able to see different sorts of chair here. You see these ones. We even have the dining. Since we have got the dining, I think let us just pick it. You click on it, then it shows you here how many seats you can have. If I uncheck this, it will remove one chair. If I check it back, it will have those chairs. If I remove this, it will remove off these chairs. If you have this, it will bring them back. Then there's also a wheelchair that you can have specifically for maybe someone who is not fit, or someone who is physically not fit to sit on this kind of chair, I believe this is a great provision to accommodate all sorts of people in your house. So from here, you can see the layout. Then when you continue here, you'll be able to see the dimensions. You can change the dimensions here. For example, if you want this setting to be more than 1.6, you can change it from here. I'll leave it at that. Then when you come to this part here, it is showing the table and the chairs. You can also control a lot of things here by just changing these dimensions. Then this side is for representation. It basically shows the colors that are going to appear on your floor plan. So I don't also want to change a lot here. Basically, that is a walk through all the settings that we need. Then of course from the model here, I don't see anything really much to change, but here if you want to change, you can decide to change. Let's say we are going with wood, which is already the wood. So maybe you can basically change the type of wood if you wish to. I'll do that. But if you want your table to be metallic, you can also change from here. So basically that is how you can change things around the table and the chairs that you are going to place in the dining. So we can click OK. We come to the dining, which is here. We can just click there. We shall have our table and the chair here. Now if you want to move this, after selecting on it, you always make sure you are on this arrow tool. After selecting on it, you can just click on Control D. Control D means to move. You just have to drag. It means actual drag, but of course drag, it can also mean to move. So basically you can move things like this. See that? You can move things like that in Archicad. If you don't know the shortcut, which is Control D, you click on it, you right click, you come to move, then you come to drag, which is still Control D. So you can see the shortcuts there. Now we are going back to our object. We want to place another object. So I'll double click on object. We are still looking for chairs, and this time we want the couch. We want the couch that is going to help us in the sitting room or the lounge. I'm not seeing a couch that I want to use. Sofa, we're seeing sofa chairs here. Let me specifically look for sofa chair. Maybe they'll be able to show for us that. Let me look for sofa, just like that. Now they are showing for us some sofa chairs here that I think we can use. I'm going to go with this one here that is already having its layout. Of course, we can also control this in the sofa layout setting. Here you can see we have this, and for me, I don't want these other ones. I just want to have 3 of them. So I'll just click on this, and it will remove these 2. So we shall just go with this, and this material here I don't think is what we want to have. The material I believe is textile. Let's just go with this. I don't know. Then I'll just click OK. Then I'll come and place it here, just like that. So now we can align these things very well. Before aligning, let me first bring my kitchen. In fact, let me move this label by Control D to drag it. I'll just move it and make it sit on this table, just like that. So make sure you save your work before you lose it. You should always save your work before you lose it. Now let's look for a way to have our kitchen. I'll come to object again. This time I am looking for kitchen. just like that. We have this kitchen layout. Let me click there, and this kitchen layout, you can control it from here. You see this? There's U shape, then there's L shape. When you click here, you'll be able to see all the shapes that you can use for your project. U shape, L shape, there's U shape, there's galley, there's island. You can also customize here. Let's try this U shape and see what they will give us. Then when you come to this, I guess I'll just turn off this model here. Then there's this floor plan, which I believe we really don't need a lot here. Everything we need mostly is in this slide. Let's say we can control the number of things that we want to have in our kitchen. For example, we have one cooktops, which is here. You can control the numbers here. Then we have refrigerator, which is also one, and the height is here. If you take this out, or if you uncheck it, it will remove it from the list of the things that you have in your kitchen. We have the sink, which is this size, and it is having the height. This is for the refrigerator. Then we have dishwashers one, washers one, ovens one. So if you want to have so many of them, you can also increase the numbers from here. So this can help you to customize the kind of kitchen you want to have for your house. Then when you come to the representation, of course this one is basically showing the colors that Archicad will give you as you place your components. So there's some samples here, basically 2Ds. So I think there's nothing much we're going to change here. For now, let's go with the U shape. Let me click that and I click here. And what it is giving me is this, which I think is not ideal for my design. So I'll just control T. When I control T, it will take me to the settings. It will take me to the kitchen layout settings. So I can click on that and then I come and control this. So from the U shape, let me try L shape and click OK. Now I have this L shape, which I still feel is not the way I want it to be, because I want this kitchen to be here. So I'll try and delete it and see what I can get. Let me delete that. Then I'm going to use line tool to achieve what I want. So I'll come to my document, I click on the line tool, then I want something from here like that. I want something from here like that. I want something from here like that. However, I need to do my measurements though. Then I want something from here like that. Then something from here like that. Something from here going there. Something from here just like that. That's how I want my kitchen alignment to be. So I can delete this by holding Control. I delete that by holding Control. I delete this by holding Control. I delete that by holding Control. So I want my kitchen to be inside here. So this one, I think I can remove it. I guess there's also another small line here which I can remove. So I want my kitchen to just sit inside here. Then let's see how we can achieve that. Let me come to my design. I go to object, then the kitchen. So let me go back to the layout here. Then I want custom. I want to customize this and see if I can get what I want. So the dimensions are here. This is the wall cabinet. Then this is the counter. This is the counter thickness. The segments are here. Counters 2, segments 4. Let's first go with this and click here and see what we get. So now we have this. If I try to rotate this, if you want to rotate something, you can control R, or you can right click, you come to move, then you come to rotate. Of course, when you rotate, it is just rotating the item. If you want to rotate a copy, you come to Control Shift R. So we shall just Control R, then you click on one point, you draw a line like this, then you start rotating. That is how they rotate in Archicad. Now, if you want to move this, you know exactly what to do. Control D to drag it here, to make it fit here, just like this. Now it is here, but it is extending so much inside, and I wanted this side to be this, to sit on this other side. So let's try and achieve that. I'll try and rotate it again and see what we shall get. Let me first delete this. The kitchen layout can be so much challenging, but of course you need to fight your way out. So there's this galley. Let's see what they will have for us. So I think now I'll go with this. I'll go with this because I think it is going to fit in my plan. We shall rotate it with the Control R. I'll click on one point, I draw a line, then I start rotating it. I'll rotate it at 180 degrees, then I'll Control D to drag it inside, just like this. I'll drag it and make sure it fits here, just like that. Now at least this one has fit well, but of course it has extended outside. I'll delete these lines, but we shall be able to bring it back inside, as you'll see. Let me delete off these lines, they didn't help us at all. So having the kitchen layout is a little bit of work. Now you see these red marks. These red marks can actually be moved. You can move them. For example, if I click on one like this, I can just drag it all the way and drag it here. You see that? And then I can drag this, drag it like that, make it all the way here, and then I can just drag this one just like that. So Archicad gives you a lot of powers to do these things the way you want, but of course now you need to know what you are doing. So I'll just drag these like that. I make sure I bring them to fit inside this space we have. This one has to come like that. This one has to come. This one has to come like this. And then this one we shall also drag it a little bit inside. I don't know what it is. Then these ones are really sitting far away from the kitchen itself. So I can bring them here. I guess we shall go and remove some of these items because they are not fitting in our kitchen. You see, now I've tried to drag them inside, but still they are not fitting in our space. The space is still not enough. I don't know if we can drag these ones again. I guess this is the end point for us. This seems to be the end point for this one. If you want to escape, you can always escape using the escape key on the keyboard. Now this one is flexing that side. Let's try and achieve something here by dragging, just like that. Let me first drag this here, and then this one. I hope we have not distorted everything we have. So you bring this one here, try to fit it in our space like that. So now we are going to, I think we shall have to remove some things. When you come here and click Ctrl T, it will give you this option. Of course, when you come here, you can be able to remove some things. For example, we have these washers and washers, which I believe is the same thing. We can remove one and see. To remove that excess part now, everything has fit in our kitchen space. Let's go to the 3D and see what we have. Now you see, this is what we have. The kitchen has this, there's this serving point, and then let's, yeah, deselect all. So basically, this is our kitchen. This here, it has these things for washing. The dishes, they're here. This is where you're going to cook. This is the fridge and all these stuffs. The storage and everything is here. And this is where the food will be served from. So basically, this is what we want to have. And now I feel they are connected with the kitchen. The kitchen and the dining are a little bit closer to each other, which I believe is okay. And then for the living room, we want to have something. We want to, of course, we need to have TVs here, which we don't have yet. I think we're going to do a lot from this side of the house. For now, I'll just place the TV here. We shall be able to change it later. So we go back to our design, then we click on object. We are looking for TV. This is not the only kitchen layout you can get. There are also these ones. You can pick them manually. You place them one by one. There's this dishwasher, there's this cooktop, there's this hood, then the range electric. All these ones you can place them manually instead of having the interlinked layout. So let's look for our TV. I always find it challenging to get a TV in Archicad. This is the coffee table TV. Let me look for stand. I don't know what they will give us. These are a little bit different things. Let me look for television. I don't know if they have entertainment. Entertainment, not there. Television, not found. TV, I'm only seeing this flat TV here. Let me select in the library. So health and recreation, when we open it, we shall be able to see these things here. these some recreational things, very few in number. Can I see office equipment, real furniture, tables? Now we have some nice tables here. But I think we don't need a table. We need a TV stand and electronics. Let me look for electronics, decoration, furniture layouts, couches and sofas. Since now we have got the bed, I think we shall just go with this bed first before going to look for other things. That is the hassle when you're looking for components. So we have clicked on the bed and it's ready, and that is a master bed actually. It's, as you can see, it is big. So the bed is here. We shall rotate it. As I told you, you rotate with the Control R. Then you can draw one line like this. Then you start rotating. Now for us to move it, Control D to drag it. You just pick it and take it where you want it to be. Just like that, we have placed our master bed. And going back to the object, I hope we shall be now able to find the remaining beds before we can even go to other things. Now just click on bed. We have these other beds. We shall go with this one, which is for those smaller rooms. We shall just click OK. I'll start placing them, then placing them. Now this, you just use the drag Control D to bring it inside, just like that. You also use Control D to bring this one inside, just like this. We shall be able to arrange them properly later, because we first of all need the windows and the doors so that we know where exactly they have to face. So we are going back to the object. At least now I've placed beds and these other things. So there's let's look for storage. Let's look for storage. It's a hassle to look for these components in Archicad, but they have everything. It's just a matter of you searching for exactly what you want. Let's look for storage. Like that, we have a book safe, we have a chest of drawers, we have this, we have cupboard, and then lockers. I guess we shall go with this office cabinet, under desk drawer. There's wardrobe. Finally, we have got the wardrobe here. So I'll click OK. Then we place it inside all these rooms. I'll place one here, I'll place one here, I'll place one here. Now we can come and control with the Control D, we can drag it and bring it inside. Bring it inside. Of course, as I told you before, you can use these red marks to drag these things, to expand them or to shrink them. Just like this, I can stretch it all the way to this side. It will enter there perfectly. If I want to drag a copy of this and bring it the other side, I have two options. First of all, I can mirror a copy. To mirror a copy, you just Control Shift M. You click on Control Shift M. That one will activate the mirror a copy, just like that. You see, now we have this and that through mirroring a copy. But of course, I can also just drag a copy. You just Control Shift D to drag a copy, and then you bring it here. However, for me, I think mirroring a copy is better because it mirrors it. It even rotates the angle for you perfectly. So these ones, I will just have to rotate them so that we can put them where they need to be. So this one, let me Control D to drag it. I think I need it mostly here. Then I'll Control R to rotate it. You click on one point, you draw that line, you can now rotate it just like that. Then at this distance, let me just put it 0 so that it sits on the wall. Then I can now drag I can increase the size just like that. Can drag it all the way you want. So I'll bring it to the wall by making this distance 0, just like that. I think instead of doing the same for this, I'll delete this. I'll just mirror a copy. I'll Control Shift M to mirror a copy. I'll mirror a copy here, just like that. We shall basically now rotate it with the Control R. You draw a line just like that, then you can rotate it all the way just like this. You Control D to drag it so that you can bring it inside and fit it here, just like that. We have this, and we have this for the master himself. So that is for the closets. Back to the object we are looking for now. Let's look for toilet. We have these ones here. I can go with this. I'll just click on that, click OK. I'll come and place it. One, I can place it here, just like that. I'll place another one here, just like that. Then with my arrow, I can select and rotate this. Select, I come to Control R. I'll draw a line from here like that. Then I can just rotate it 90 degrees and make this distance 0 so that it is on the wall, just like that. I can also rotate this with the Control R. I draw a line here, just like that. Then 90 degrees, I make this distance 0, just like that. See that? So you make sure you save as always. Don't forget to save, because if you don't save, you can easily lose your work anytime. Anytime you can lose your work. So that's for the toilet. Then back to object, we're looking for this toilet paper, which is very important. There are so many types here: wall mounted, there's this built-in, there's built-in too, there's commercial. Let's just go with this wall mounting, or maybe this built-in. I think wall mounting. I'll click OK. I'll come here and place one here. I'll come and place another one here. We need to control. First of all, this is not facing the way it is supposed to face. You Control R to rotate it. You can draw one line like this, then you rotate it 90 degrees. You make sure this distance is just 0. However, it is going deep inside. I will Control D to drag it. I'll bring it outside and make it sit on the wall, just like that. And then of course here we want to see the offset from the ground. It is sitting at 700. I think I'll make it 600 so that it is not too high for someone to get it. The next one is this. We shall also rotate it with Control R. You can draw one line just like that. You rotate. The direction of the line really doesn't matter, it's just you drawing a line, a perfect line, before you start rotating. We shall control D to drag it towards the wall, and it has to be closer to the toilet seat so that the person who is using the toilet doesn't have to struggle to get the toilet paper. So this one will make sure it is also 600 here. I'm just scrolling using my mouse, the center of my mouse, so that I can get whatever thing is on the other side. So we are just left with the sowers. Let's come to object, then we look for sour like this. So I'll pick this sour, I'll put it in all the, I'll put one here, I'll put another one here. So we shall still need to rotate. We shall do a lot of rotation here. Then you just control R, then you draw one line just like that. Then you can rotate at 90 degrees just like this. Then this we make it 0 so that it sits on the wall. Then also from this master bedroom we need to rotate with control R. You draw this line, then you rotate at 90 degrees. You can use control D to drag it to a better position just like that. Okay, now I guess we are just left with the master washroom so that we can have some other components. So let's go to object. We are looking at I'm seeing here some sour. I think we can pick one and place it for the other room. I can pick this, click OK. I can put it here so that the person who is going to bathe will stand in this thing. So you can bring it closer to the wall, maybe by 0 here. Then of course we want it to sit just at level 0, that is the ground level. However, it is covering that showers, but never mind, we shall be able to see what's up. So back to object. This time we're looking for bathtub. Say bathtub, just like that. We have these bathtubs. These ones are for the master washroom. So I'll just pick this, or I'll pick this one here. This one comes with the showers actually. So I'll place here and then we'll control it. Can use your drag tool to first of all bring it inside. I see it is sitting perfectly here. So I think we shall just delete this shower, because this one comes with its shower, so there's no need to, sorry about that. So I'm just using my arrow keys to try to move it to sit perfectly. I want to divide this room into two so that the shower is different from the toilet. So I'll come to the wall tool, I'll create a wall here, just here to separate these rooms. Of course, I'll click on this wall I've just created. I'll change the outside face to center line from here, just like that. Then we can now have this. So this, I can have this one at 1.2 sub. Then this one is also 1.2. So we shall be able to have the jacuzzi this side with showers, then the toilet is on that side. So we don't want to cause a lot of commotion. If someone is bathing here, the partner can be able to use the toilet without any hassle. I guess that is a good idea. Of course, we have not placed doors here, but we shall be able to create the doors much later. I guess that will even take us to the point of creating those, since we have already placed, I think, all the components except for the laundry. For the laundry, when you come to object, you can just look for washing machine. There's this washer here. There's this dishwasher, washing machine. Let's first write machine. Now it's washing machine. Wash machine. There's this stocked washer plus the dryer. I'll first go with this washer. Yeah, this is actually it. Click on it and place it here. Then we shall come to object again. We're looking for a dryer. We have cloth dryer here. Just click and place. This time we're not wasting time. Come and drag it with the Control D. Just drag it a little bit inside. Then you can rotate it with Control R. You draw a line, then you can rotate like that 90 degrees. You Control D to drag it inside. Let it sit like that. I think I will make it to sit a little bit here, or we can make it to sit here so that that side can be for washing. I'll Control R to rotate this other one. You can draw a line, then you rotate at 90 degrees. Then you use Control D to drag it and make it sit there. Now you can see that we have enough what? We have enough space in this laundry room. So this one, there's enough space here for now people to wash. Basically that, now we're going to do what? We're going to place our openings, wall openings. Wall openings are basically windows, doors. That's what we're going to achieve after furnishing our rooms. So these ones are straightforward. Where you see door, those are for doors. Where you see windows, those are for windows. Let's start with doors. We shall double click on that. Then we come to doors, right? So here you can just search for doors. We shall be able to find all these kind of doors that we need. So I may go with this door. This is a door with the two slide lights and the transition. So you can use that. There are so many types here. There are these ones, double door with the two slides. There's also this double door. We can even use this. And we have things that we can change on this. You can change a lot of settings in this door. When you come to this hinge door settings, you can click on that. First of all, this one, if you want to give it a grid, you can give it a grid from here. There are so many types of grids. You can select the type of grid you want. Then the side hinge, when you click here, there's double acting, which we're going to accept. Then when you click on this, there's also the handle. Before even clicking on that, there's the handle. We can also change the type of handle we want from here. So let's just go with let's say we are going with this handle 3, just like that. Anyway, that is at random, but you can explore more about it. So we are going to click on this. This is the frame. We are giving it a uniform frame. If you want to change anything here, you can continue with that. Then when we come to this is natural ventilation. When you click on it, it will give some space there where you will have an opening for natural ventilation. When we continue, we can control the door leaf from here. For me, I don't like grid, but if you want a grid, you can actually select the type of grid you want here and the positions are here. Upper side is this, lower upper, lower is this, up is here, side is there. When I click again here, you'll be able to see the handles. Now I want the handles to be uniform. I don't want, if you don't tick that, the handles will not be uniform. So I want it uniform. Then the kickboard, there's outside, there's inside. I'll ignore that. When we continue, this is the leaf undercut. I don't think we are going to change anything there, but you can always explore more about these things so that you understand how they will work. The SAS, I'm going to ignore it. SAS is basically that opening that is for ventilation. So if you want to use it, you can use it. When I click on this, I believe we shall be able to learn more about these settings in some specific videos, because when we try to learn more about this, it will take all our time and we shall not be able to achieve our project in the shortest time possible. Now here you can basically change the colors of what the door has. Of course here they are giving us basically wood, but you can change things here. You can change a lot of things here. You can, from wood, you can say I'm using steel, metal, steel, like that, stainless. So if I select this uniform, it will change all those to steel. There's the frame outside, frame inside, leave outside, leave inside. So we don't want wood here, want metal. Then these are the colors that will be shown when you have placed your door on the floor plan. If you want to change, you can change. If you don't want, you can leave that. So this is the wall openings. Then we have what we call reveals from the edges. So a lot of settings here that you can make to have a unique door. So I'll just click OK. Then I come and place my door here. It is really big door. Then of course every exterior door has to open from the outside. So by the show of those arrows, this door is opening from outside. When we select it, you'll know. So when we come to the 3D, let's go and see the door. You see here from the 3D, that's what we have. But of course we want this door to balance, want it to balance. You see this one is little bit smaller, so let's try and put here 200. 200 also takes much from this side. Let's say 100. Okay, let's say 300. 300 like that. Now it balances. Then when you come to the settings, you see here this door is 2.4. You can control that size. Let's say want it 2.2 meters wide. Just enter and it will reduce the size of the door, just like that. Then of course when you control T, that's exactly where it will take us to the measurement, so you can still control here. Then the head height, this is the width actually, then this is the height. Now the height, we have to control the height. Since I've given this 2.2, that will be the head height for all the openings, but I always love the head height being at 2.5. I don't know why, but my biggest defense is it allows a lot of space for air circulation. Then the width, I want it to be 2.2, just like that. And then still to story, this is to reveal the wall, I mean the door from the ground to the surface. Now when there are things here, there are some icons here. There's front. When we click on this 3D, it will be able to show you the real colors and every dimension. Okay, how the door really looks like. You'll be able to see it from here. So I'll just click OK, and we shall have our door a little bit reduced because it was really occupying all the front wall where we're going to enter from our porch. So that is the first door we have placed, and we need to finish with the rest of the doors or the rest of the openings. We shall come to object, still looking for doors, just like that. Not object, my bad, my apologies, it is doors. We click on the doors. We're looking for now the interior doors. Interior doors, I guess we can just go with this. We can go with this. One thing I'll just change here is let me come to hinge. Then I want to change basically the material. The material, I want to change it from here. I'll still go with the, this time I think for the interior we can use wood. We can use wood here. For the interior, wood makes sense. I'll click on that. I'll say uniform. I'll just click OK. Then I'll come and start placing in the interior. Now for the interior, the doors have to open inside like this. By these arrows here, you'll know where the door is opening from. So this one is opening inside and closer to the wall, just like that. And then here we shall also place and make sure it opens like that. Then here for the master bedroom, it opens like this. And then let's see what we have. And then for the wardrobe, I think the wardrobe will just be, this walk-in closet will be open. I'll not give it really a door for that matter. The other door I need is for this pantry, not pantry but the laundry, just like that. And then I want another door for escaping outside, just like that. So we have these doors. I think for the laundry, the better position for me should be this one. I'll delete this one off. So here you can easily move your clothes outside without causing a lot of commotion inside here with your dirty things. Then of course you do your washing here. You just take here, you go and pour water from outside, which is a little bit easier. Now you realize we are now going to start changing the way our beds have been placed, because now doors have come, they are trying to displace them. Now for this master bedroom, I think it's better to create the openings. I'll click on this wall. I'll come to the split tool. This intersect, or it is the split. I'll split from here to here. Then this one, I'll just move it a little bit behind. Now I'll click here. I'll create a space here. Let's say 1.2. Just like that, so that when someone enters, this part is really open. There's no need to make it too private. And then I can maybe create now doors for this washroom and the toilet. I'll come to my door. This time I'm looking for a sliding door. Let's look for sliding door. Sliding door, sliding door. There's this entrance door. Let's look for sliding door, double door with slide. Yeah, we have sliding door here. This is for exterior. It is telling us exterior sliding door. Now there's this pocket door. It is a sliding door, and I think the size is enough for our what? For our, there's even sliding door here. I think we're going to use this for our washrooms. Let's look for, I guess that will work for us. I'll just select it. I'll say okay. Then of course we shall have to reduce the size. So I'll control T to access the setting. I'll come to the positioning, preview and position. The width of this door is going to be very small. It will be 900 millimeters. Of course, the head height, as always, is going to be 2.5 according to the head height we had for the previous. So I'll come to this sliding door settings, then I'll go and change some things. Basically, I'm looking at the material. I'll select here, I want a glass. This time I want a glass. And glass, this blue one is okay. I'll say uniform here, I'll click OK. Then I'll just come and place it here. Just to open inside. I'll place another one here just to open. This one I think is going to open outside. Since there are sliding doors, I believe they will not over disturb us. Let me first delete that. Come to door. I'll just say okay. I'll place this and I want it to open outside like that. Now we have to make space for them by basically moving these things behind, just like that. Let's say this distance here. The distance here, I'm going to give it 200, just like that. Then here I'll also move it a little bit. Then the distance here I'll also give it 200. I think now this door can, this wall can move a little bit. Let's say 1.1, just like that. Then this one 1.1, just like that. Then I'll select this one, and then I come to the intersect to make sure they are aligned together. Then this one I'll drag it. Instead I'll actually increase the size instead of dragging so that it fits there. Then I'll select this. I'll also bring it to fit inside here, just like that. So now we have our walk-in closet for the master bedroom, and you can come to your toilet here. Then you also have your jacuzzi here. This jacuzzi, I'm going to change the orientation. It can't face like this. I'll control R, then I'll just draw a line here. Then I can rotate it all the way at 180 degrees. Then I'll use Control D to drag it inside, just like that. Then of course you can use this to reduce the size if you wish to. Then I'll just leave it at that so I can save my work. I believe we have placed all the components for our room. Now we just have to stop here for today. We shall continue with this project in the next part because we have much more to do. So for today, that is it from me. Thank you so much. See you again.